Hello, everybody! We're starting! Welcome to Pelican Party 2024! My name is Paul Vogt. I will be your host. A little bit about me. I've been on television a few times. You might have seen me on Mad TV, The Rerun Show, Hannah Montana, if you like those kind of things. I was on Broadway. I got to play the mother in Hairspray. Yep, a dress paid for my house, and I'm happy about it. We need more drag in the world. And I've done a couple of films. I was in Princess Diaries 2 in a horrible, horrible accent because Gary Marshall, the director, came up to me on my very first day of filming, and he said, "Julie's got an English accent. He's doing French. Talk like that comedian Terry Thomas." And I was like, "Do you want me to talk like this?" He said, "Yeah, action." For the next 3 weeks, that horrible accent. And then I never saw a script. He just kept coming up to me going, "Say something about how she has to be married to be queen." And I said, "Oh, okay." And I said, "According to Genovian law, the princess must be married in order to become queen." And that became the log line of the entire film and was in every trailer. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Did not get a dime for writing, but that's how it goes. But I'm excited to be back here. I was here last year. How many people were here last year? Yay, welcome back. How many are new people? Fantastic. We're so glad you're here. It's really going to be fun. We're going to raise some money for the Seabird station. It's fantastic. I have done my part. I found this hedgehog on the side of the road. And I've been trying to feed it for the last 3 days. Hasn't really eaten. I tried to breastfeed it. Nothing happened. So we're trying. Oh, Jill, everybody. You all know Jill.
Have you seen it eat?
It has not eaten, no.
Has it pooped?
It has not pooped. That's a very, very private question.
I know. I don't think this is a hedgehog.
You don't think it's a...
But carry on.
Oh. I'm told that it's not a hedgehog, that it's a pillow from the 99-cent store. You know, you try to help, and there's always somebody like a Jill right around the corner to just dash it in. Well, I tried to help. But
You can still pet me and feed me if you want to. Probably shouldn't. I have to ask my wife about that. So, thank you to everyone for coming out tonight. This is my second time, and it's let's see. Last year was the first time since the pandemic that we got to have Pelican Party. So, thank you to each of you for coming out tonight. It means a lot. Obviously, it's a great mission, or you wouldn't be here. But it's an honor to be the chairman. It's a temporary post, so I don't think you'll see me up here next year. But it takes a whole board, it takes a whole team. And real quickly, I would like to ask my board members that are here to stand up briefly. I'm not going to ask you to make a speech, but please do stand up. David Epstein, former chairman. Helene, vice chair. Marcus McCarthy. And I think that wraps it for the board. It's kind of, we have some spring break, some board members with kids, so they're on spring break and they're out. I didn't forget anyone, did I, Chloe? I don't think so. You know, it takes the whole Miami region, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, everybody to make Pelican Harbor successful, both from a fundraising, from a volunteer standpoint. We serve the entire region. In fact, Penny or Benny that was here tonight came to us from where, Chloe? Canada. Yeah, Pelican got stuck in Canada. So we serve a lot more than just Miami. We've got some great news on the construction project, our new headquarters tonight. Chloe's going to break that news to you, but stick around. We finally have some great news to share on that. I wanted to take a moment and thank some of our elected officials that are here tonight. Miami-Dade County Mayor Cava Levine is here, and thank you. In just a moment, I'm going to ask if you can come up here. I've got a couple of more announcements, but if you wouldn't mind making some comments for us, that would be great. think I have the most up-to-date list of folks who are here tonight. I know we have some representation from Miami-Dade County District 4, Mickey Steinberg's office. I believe we have a representative here. Also from Commissioner Bermudez's office. Somebody's here, I'm not sure where, but thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting us. Also, Sunny Isles. I'm told we have a guest from Sunny Isles right there. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming. I was there, I think it was a fundraiser maybe 2 years ago, so thank you very much. The mayor of Miami Shores, maybe here, I'm still not, I think, somewhere. Well, thank you for coming, if you are here. I know we have William Osceola from the Miccosukee tribe is also here. There he is, right there. Thank you for coming. And also Dr. Plunkett from St. Thomas University is here somewhere. I saw him earlier tonight. Thank you, Dr. Plunkett. That's another great development, what Pelican Harbor is doing with education and some programs that we're going to be doing with the university. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up for Pelican Harbor, what I would call 2.0. Once we're in our new facility, we have the room, the classroom space to be able to do events, some college curriculum and things like that. We just don't have the space right now where we're at. We don't have the space to do anything more. We don't have the space to do what we do right now. So I don't know how Dr. Schneider and her team manages to operate the clinic when it's so cramped and confined. But real quick before Madam Mayor comes up here, Chris. So come up here, Chris. So everyone knows our immediate former executive director, Chris Boykin. So this guy recruited me onto the board. Thank you for that. It's been an amazing experience. You moved on to Chris 2.0 in January, but I'm so happy for, you really took Pelican Harbor from a small little nonprofit that not a lot of people knew about into sort of at the limelight in Miami. And thank you so much for doing all that you did for us. I know you're always going to be close now. Now you're with the Waterkeepers, so we're still on the bay. We're, I think, serving the same mission for wildlife and the environment in Miami. So, Chris, would you mind saying a couple of words?
Thank you.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Thank you.
Love you too.
Hello, beautiful people. I'm so grateful for all that we accomplished together over the last 9 years. It was these incredible board members, incredible donors, amazing dedicated staff and volunteers that made this all happen. From a small team of 3 to 18 staff now, to the new facility, the new property, and the soon-to-be new facility that Chloe will be talking about. When I was in 1986, when I was a 14-year-old boy in Laurel, Mississippi, I went to marine biology camp at Ocean Springs, Mississippi. And in marine biology camp, they had us like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And a little visioning, and mine was, when I grow up, I want to run a turtle and pelican hospital. And I kind of forgot about that, and then it happened. And so thank you so much for letting me do that for the last 9 years. It meant so much being close to black-necked stilts and owls and possums and turtles and all the incredible animals that Pelican Harbor has cared for. So very grateful for that. While I'm no longer working here as an employee, Pelican Harbor is always in my heart, always in our family. Our daughter works here, all my friends and work here on the board and staff. We will always be donors. Pelican Harbor is in our will. We hope it'll be in your will. And we hope tonight that you will give. I know you've already given generously as sponsors or buying your ticket. If you can go further, it'll make a world of difference. And I love you guys. And Pelican Harbor, yes.
Thank you, Chris. Just be on notice. You may get called up once more tonight. So you're going to hear about our exciting new headquarters, but where we live right now and the place that has taken care of us for so many years in Miami-Dade County at Pelican Harbor. Thank you for hosting us, having us, and letting us live, I guess I can say it, rent-free for all of these years. Is Maria Nardi here tonight? I think there's a team from the county here, maybe? Okay, so there's the team. So thank you for all that you've done. I think 42 years now, so we've grown up. Well, we've outgrown it. There's nowhere to grow. We're surrounded by water. There's nothing more we can do. We outgrew it probably 20 years ago, to be honest, but thank you for everything that you've done. Now, Madam Mayor, oh my gosh, you're right there. Thank you so much. You were an amazing champion for the environment, for everything that you've done for us, for everything that you're doing for us. It means so much. It's an honor to introduce you. Come on up here. I'd love for you to make some comments. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, good evening, everyone. Who doesn't love a pelican? I mean, really. I think it's a no-brainer, and that's why so many of you are here. It's the pelicans, it's the possums, it's the turtles, it's the other seabirds. And I truthfully fell in love with Pelican Harbor, Seabird Station, when I first learned about it. And of course, Miami-Dade County Parks is part of Miami-Dade County government, just saying. So thank you to the team for being a partner with this incredible nonprofit organization. So I'm proud to be here in support. I am a nature lover, again, who isn't, but I do spend all of my free time in nature. And so what you do is really dear to my heart. I know you're going to talk about some of the work that you do, but honestly, how many animals? Thousands of animals that you have saved across the spectrum of animals. And you engage in education and get young people excited and older people excited to be part of saving our awesome ecosystem. So you are saving thousands of animals every year across all, I didn't even know Broward and Palm Beach. I didn't even know that it's a multi-county enterprise. But right here in Miami-Dade County, there are 34 cities, 13 county commission districts, and you serve all of us. So I really think of you as a partner to our work in Miami-Dade County, because in fact, animal services is one of the county-wide services that we provide. But we can't do it all. We have to do it through our partnerships. So the fact that we can bring injured animals, abandoned animals to you and then see you nurture them and restore them. I was there with the Hunter Brady Foundation to release a pelican not that long ago. That was super exciting, right? Let's give it up for them. So I spend, as I said, my time in nature, whether it's paddling the Everglades or rafting down wild rivers or sailing on this incredible bay. And so I bring that love into my work. So we have to work together to protect our environment, whether it's fighting for the urban development boundary, to protect the open spaces, protect our Everglades, whether it's protecting our bay from death of seagrass through pollution, loss of species, fish, which this is our Blue Heart, $64 billion economic impact. Please check out the Biscayne Bay report card. We have the Biscayne Bay Task Force. So important that we are really educating the community together about how precious this is. Bonanza is coming up, right? All right, so, you know, don't miss it. Come on out and be part of Bonanza. And we have our Be Biscayne Bay Friendly campaign. We have our Plastic Free 305. So many things that we are doing together. You know, whether, and I'm so sorry, what is the name of your cleanup organization? VolunteerCleanup.org. Okay. Amazing organization. Are you all part of VolunteerCleanup.org? Doing so much and taking thousands of pounds of garbage out of the bay. And also we have our Biscayne Bay Health Summit coming up. So many, many ways for you to be part. But since we're here for this incredible organization, let me just tell you, they had me at hello. So I was really excited to put into our budget this past year, and it was me. I just want to be super clear. It was me. Okay. It was. I saw an opportunity and I took it. And other people were doing other good things, and I said, you know what? We're going to put in a little grant money, and that's good, $50,000 for operations. That was good. But I would say, more importantly, after having been around and seen how tight the quarters were and how critical the new facility will be for all of this great work, I put the $2 million in for the new building. So, okay. 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 All right. You know, I will just say this. I will just say this. Elections have consequences. So that was something really good I was able to do. It was something I could do, so I did it. And for everyone here who's donating to the cause, like was said, put it in your will, put it in your lifetime, and let's make sure that we can continue to take care of all of these precious creatures. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, all right.
Madam Mayor, thank you so much for that good news and being able to announce it tonight. We had a bonding occasion last fall that was sort of unexpected. We were both in the same jury pool, as I noticed right at the end. But thankfully, we were both dismissed. Yeah. Paul, where you at? Come take it away, Paul. Thanks, everyone.
Gosh, that's amazing. I donated $2 million too. I just want the applause. Thank you. Stop. There's the auction is up to $11,000. So that's fantastic. It's still over there. You can still do the QR codes, and I think we're going till 9 o'clock with the auction. So you still have time to sort of annoy each other and outbid each other and play that game and have a silent ride home with your husband. So a lot of the animals here, they get rehabilitated and they go off into the wild and they live their lives. Last year, we gave money to some of the animals and we saw what they did with it. And we realized that wasn't such a great idea. Bitcoin was involved. And so this year, we got a hold of a couple of the animals that have gone on they've been rehabilitated, they've been let out in the wild, and I think we have some pictures. So let me see if we can, here's one. Look at that. Here's an owl who now works for ABC News. I think he's the very late night weekends, if you haven't seen him, but he does a terrific job. So he moved on, he done well. Look at Pelican race car driver. I think he just won the Daytona 500, if I'm not mistaken. He did. Somebody else here went. Yes, so he did fantastic. Who else do we have? Oh, look at this. A turtle became a doctor. Do you know how long that takes for a turtle to become a doctor? Years. And he sees one patient a month because he's so slow. Look at him. Oh, and the national touring production of Phantom of the Opera, she is starring in it, and she's the only actress / pelican that can hit the high notes beautifully. So look at that. That's nice. They're doing well in the world. That's nice. Look at that. All right, we're going to bring up somebody now because, as they say, it takes a village to make everything work. And here's somebody that helps that village happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie Moore!
Hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie Moore. I'm the Operations and IT Manager at Pelican Harbor Seabird Station. You've probably interacted with me by email or by phone, and you probably got all my notifications for tonight's event, so thanks for not marking me as spam. I'm really grateful that everybody is here tonight and supporting the amazing work we do, and I just want to call out all of our staff, our volunteers and interns, and steering committee who made this party happen. If you guys can stand up, please. And I just want to thank you all so much for all of your hard work and dedication to make this work happen. Truly, you guys do all of the hard work in the hospital and on site, helping the animals, rescuing them. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much, and for helping us make this amazing party happen and bring everyone together. So thank you all so much, and thanks for being here and supporting this amazing work. Thanks.
Thank you for being a hero for our native wildlife. Because of your generous contributions, our wildlife experts are able to treat over 2,000 sick, injured, and orphaned animals per year.
Your generosity makes it possible for us to give Miami's native in protecting these wild creatures, for their sake, for ours, and for the thriving planet we all call home.
Thank you for championing our diverse and vulnerable patients. Your invaluable support makes a critical difference, and Pelican Harbor Seabird Station is so grateful to have you as a member of our flock.
A little slippery up here. Welcome. What a wonderful evening, and so heartfelt to all be here together. Thank you. So I'm Chloe Chells. I'm acting executive director, filling the very big shoes left by footprints left by Christopher Boykin. And I was looking to my notes last year, where I also gave a building update, and I said, we are at a major turning point in the evolution of Pelican Harbor, and here we are again. We're still at that turning point, but there's some exciting updates. I think, Edwin, there's a picture, yes. So I think most of you are pretty familiar with the project since it's been going on for about 4 years now. But if you're not, I'll just bring you up to speed that we have this incredible property pretty close to Pelican Harbor's current facility. It's a 2.6 acre property, which will allow us to build a building which is over 8 times the size of our current location and 14 times the size of the footprint. So we will be able to treat many more animals, including rabies vector species, which we cannot currently treat. We will have flight cages. We will go from a clinic of 1 room to 9 rooms, and also just be able to have a lot of more on-site programming, which would be critical to bringing both children and adults to see what we do at Pelican Harbor. So as Robert Glidewell often says, if I knew then what I knew now, I would not even build a treehouse in the city of Miami, because it is intense. But if you can go to the next, I guess I have a clicker, but if you can go to the next slide. This is yesterday. We have holes in the ground. And I have a notice of commencement that we got today, this morning. So it's very exciting. And we have a number of people here from our owner's rep, Sharp Development and Styles Architecture and Construction, our engineers, Chen Moore, Dirt Movers, WSP, and Action Environmental. We're all working really closely as a team. So you might notice there's some hand digging going on, in addition to a bulldozer. And as many of you might know, that is because there are Tequesta artifacts that are on the site, and we are being very, very careful to treat them with respect and to do the right thing and take time to do that work properly. So we are working with the archaeologists, and we are working with soil remediation company because there is some contamination on the soil. So those are some reasons that it's been a long process, but we all are still in it 100%, and I want to make a special acknowledgement to the Deeks Foundation, without whom this project would not be possible. And we're very, very grateful. And of course to Marcus McCarthy on our board, who I've gotten to know better than the rest of the Deeks family, but I hope to get to know you better. And just the commitment, I feel it in my heart that you care so much, and it means a great, great deal, so thank you. I also want to say thank you to the Bachelor Foundation and, of course, to Mayor Levine Cava for the incredibly generous gift from the county. We couldn't do it without you, so thank you, everyone. Thank you.
It's a pillow, not a hedgehog. And then somebody informed me that some woman in England had taken care of what she thought was a hedgehog. And she gave it to an animal rescue, and it was a giant tassel from someone's hat. I seem to have done the same thing. I apologize. This time I don't think I got it wrong. This is a squid that I found outside. Now the squid seems to be all right. I put it in some water. No, it's fine. No, I think it's a squid for sure, but someone's gonna come up here to help me. I need Dr. Renata Schneider. Dr. Renata Schneider, please come up here. I know you have a few things to say, but I think you could also help me tell me if this is a squid or not. So let's hear what a professional has to say. Squid or no?
I think we can save it.
Oh, you do? She said they could save it!
Send it to the
Yay! I'll send it to the kitchen. Wait, what? All right. Dr. Renata Schneider, everybody!
Thank you. I wasn't expecting that introduction. It's thrown me off. I did want to start by saying thank you to every single person in this room. Of course, we have our amazing board of directors that is so supportive and generous and resourceful, and our staff. But really, everybody who is here because we have this commonality of caring about animals and nature in whatever way. And whether you've either brought us an animal, asked a question about an animal, or want to learn more about animals, we have that in common. And I think, you know, when I was thinking about Pelican Party tonight and what cases I wanted to share, I was thinking about sort of like that soul and spirit, that piece of it that we all share because of what we love. And the cases that I'm going to talk about tonight, each of those animals had just this very special spirit and will to live that we don't see in all of our patients. We save thousands of animals, but some of them just really sort of stand out. I don't know if the slideshow is going to go up or not, but there are some pictures. Oh, and I did feel so bad last year that the clinic team didn't get any special recognition, so I just wanted to show a picture of everybody who's on our clinic team. Yeah. It's a really exceptional group of people who give their heart and soul to caring for these animals. And I have to say, it's a pretty good looking group of people, especially everybody dressed up tonight. So just a shout out to all of them. And then the next slide, I don't know if I have to do it myself or if it'll happen. Bear with me. All right, so I wanted to start by talking about this case. This is a Merlin. It's actually a pretty small falcon. They're aerial hunters. They kind of catch birds on the fly. Really magnificent. They have a really loud, special sound. When they're in the hospital, you can't miss that sort of, it's a high-pitched squeak is the best I can say. But this particular patient was so special to us because he came in with just the most horrendous fracture. It was an open fracture of the ulnar bone, which is a sort of the forebone of the bird. It was an open fracture. There was multiple pieces. He had a large open wound around the fracture. And I was told I wasn't allowed to talk about pus at dinner, but I have to tell you that there was maggots in the fracture. So I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. If you know about wildlife rehabilitation and medicine, there are guidelines, there are rules that we follow, and all of the rules would tell you that this particular bird, you shouldn't put all of your investments, your time, your resources into it, because probably the bone is infected, the bird is not going to make it. But this Merlin had that special spirit, and we decided we just had to give him a chance. And so we broke all of the guidelines and all of the rules for this patient. And for 2 days, we just wanted to make sure that he survived. We cleaned the wound. We kept him bandaged. By the second day with us, we knew that he was a fighter. So we placed an intramedullary pin into the bone to stabilize the bone. But that was the first of multiple surgeries. The following week, we realized that there wasn't enough skin to close, so the bird actually needed a skin graft performed, and we were able to use a synthetic material to perform a skin graft on his wing. After 8 weeks, probably 14 rounds of physical therapy under anesthesia, supportive care, antibiotics, pain medications, laser therapy, this bird arrived to us November of 2023. and was released in January of 2024. Yeah. So this is another special case that we got this year, a red-shouldered hawk that was presented to us. Most of our raptors get full blood work and x-rays as part of a routine examination. I say this every time I speak. We're not, rehabbers that are sort of patching animals. We are a professional organization doing the highest quality of medicine, and all of these raptors get the same level of care. And this bird had a large wound on the inner thigh, bruising all over the chest, had difficulty breathing. And when we did the x-ray, we found a pellet in this bird's body. So this bird had been shot. And I would say that most of the work that we do is undoing the damage that we as humans are doing on this earth. Some of it is just natural things. We build buildings, we go boating, we do things, we're humans. Some of it is just plain cruel. And our job is to undo some of this damage. Now this bird had this pellet here, and we managed his wounds, and we did our typical care, but he was not able to stand. He was laying on his back. And originally we thought, well, with a pellet like this, a lot of birds will sort of wall it off as a foreign body inside of them, and they'll be able to survive. But because of where this pellet was located, we knew that this bird would not be able to stand if we didn't get the pellet out of his body. This bird underwent a surgery where we had to actually fracture 2 ribs to be able to access the pellet. So we cut those ribs open surgically. We went into his open cavity, and birds are full of air sacs so that they can fly, so it gives you a whole window into their body. And we were actually, on Give Miami Day, able to successfully find and remove the pellet that was actually touching the bird's spine. Within 2 days, this bird was standing. Within 1 month, this bird was released. And it wouldn't be a wildlife rehab party without talking about possums. We actually have a possum in our care right now who came in dragging her rear legs, unable to stand, weak, but if you went near her, she wanted to bite your face off. And what we learned the very next day after her arrival was it's because she had 7 babies inside of her pouch. So her x-rays revealed a fracture of the pelvis, which fortunately for possums and most other animals, it's really a matter of cage rest. And that's another part of where your dollars go. It's not always fancy medicine. Sometimes it's a safe place for animals to heal and recover, be fed and nourished. And when you're caring for 1 patient and you have 7 babies in the pouch, your dollars are actually saving 8 patients. And then those patients will be released into the wild and have more babies, and you're saving all of those patients as well. And this mama really reminds us that the mothers in nature, they have an instinct to fight for their babies. And that mama was not going to die with those 7 babies in her pouch. And she is still with us. She is standing, walking, moving around, and they'll all be released together very shortly. And then last but not least, I know you can go, oh, this is a baby eastern screech owl. When they're first born, they're really like these little white cotton puffball type things. And then they develop into the sort of brown and black speckled, beautiful little owls that we can see. We have a baby in our care right now that presented to us in early March. This baby fell about 20 feet from a tree when they were doing tree trimming and didn't check first for any animals. So just another one of our human interventions that with a little education and care we could prevent. This little baby owl lost its siblings. They both died upon landing on the ground. This baby owl was so swollen on arrival that we couldn't even really feel what was going on with the bones. We took x-rays and it was just a whole lot of swelling. But the baby had a will to live, so we hand-fed it for several days. We put it with conspecifics. It started eating on its own. 2 weeks after being in our care, we decided to take some follow-up x-rays because the swelling had gone down. This baby had not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 fractures on his x-ray. 4 fractures. But it was a baby, so there was a lot of cartilage there. It was growing, remodeling, and with just the supportive care that we gave and the pain management and all of the nursing that our team gives to these animals, this baby is perching, eating on its own, and doing fantastic. In fact, when I did my recheck, I didn't even recognize it because it had grown up so much in 1 month. Yes, you can clap. It's amazing. So I share these cases with you to just give you a little window into, what's going on in the clinic day to day, where your dollars are really going. And these patients are just so special because each one of these had just this strong will to survive and a spirit that was undeniable. And we do our best for every single patient, but like I said, some of them are just so special, and everybody in this room is special because you're here sharing this cause with us. So thanks again for your support, and if you have any questions, we're all happy to answer them.
That's fantastic. The silent auction is up to $12,000. Yeah, so you might want to check your stuff when you get a chance. Hannah McDougal, come on up. But you might want to start calling her Hannah Gibson because she's a newlywed. So we wanted to toss both names out. Come on up. Ladies and gentlemen, Hannah is here to do the Pelican Harbor Seabird Station Awards. Mrs. Gibson.
Oh, I thank you so much. Well, I'm just going to echo the gratitude that everyone else up here has been giving tonight. Thank you all for being here, for supporting our mission. We have a special gratitude this evening as well to a couple recipients of our esteemed Pelican Awards. And the first here is for Distinguished Board Service. And this particular board member has been involved with Pelican Harbor for over a decade, was originally kind of brought to us after the Deep Horizon oil spill, realized that there was something that she wanted to do to help realize in her own backyard that, Pelican Harbor existed. So has always been a lifelong animal advocate, an incredible woman, incredible board member, incredible friend. So I would like to welcome up Marilyn McGill. So Marilyn, if you want to say a few words. Put you on the spot.
Thank you very much. This is an honor. Pelican Harbor is very near and dear to my heart. And thank you all for supporting this wonderful organization. I'm very proud to have been a part of it for so many years. Thank you.
Next up, we have our Pelican Award for Wildlife Champion. And this one goes out to an absolutely fantastic partner in both, terms, partner friendship, but also partner at the law firm of Burkow, Riddell, Fernandez, Larkin, and Tapanes. So Melissa has been been critical to rezoning Pelican Harbor's new facility, in addition to her entire team at the firm as well. But just a tireless advocate. Also a huge fan of Mowgli. She, you gotta do the Mowgli sometimes. So would like to welcome up Melissa, Wildlife Champion Award.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for this honor. I consider myself privileged to be a native Miamian, and we saw the beautiful skyline as a land use and zoning attorney. I helped build, but as we all know, humans are part of the wildlife, and it's very wonderful to be part of this organization and help create the new facility. It really is a way to practice law with passion and purpose, and I'm so grateful to Pelican Harbor, as well as my team at Burkow, especially my mentor, Jeffrey Burkow, and the great Andrina Espina, who makes every day so much fun at the firm. And I'd also like to recognize my parents who are here this evening. They've instilled a love of community as well as a love in nature into me and my sisters. And thank you all. I'm honored. Thank you.
It takes a village. Next up, second wildlife champion, though incredible, Peggy Ocandarena. Peggy has been a supporter of Pelican Harbor for many, many, many years. And in addition to being an incredible advocate for us, a supporter, she is a fan of all things Pelican Harbor. She comes to all our events, our speaker series, always out in the community advocating for us, giving us all of her love and support, and truly just the definition of a Pelican pal here. I would love to offer Peggy the Wildlife Champion Award as well.
Thank you so much. As a fourth generation Miami, South Florida native, Melissa, did you hear that? Fourth generation? It's a pleasure to be part of this village. Everyone says it takes a village. It does take a village. And the donors are the foragers, the hunters, and the gatherers who support the wonderful work. The board, I think, are our village elders, yes? And I'm really grateful to the Pelican Harbor staff who are our warriors and our medicine women who undo the damage that we humans do. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be part of this village. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peggy. We love you. And finally, but certainly not least, we have the Sunny Isles Ocean Rescue, members of their team here. Can I get a whoop whoop? Okay, there we are. So Sunny Isles is crucial. I mean, of course, you guys see, we treat possums, we treat squirrels, but our namesake, Pelican Harbor, right? We treat hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of injured seabirds, pelicans, cormorants, terns, gulls every single year. And we really rely on the public to be our eyes and our ears, and often to be the ones to actually help us contain and bring these animals in. And so the folks over at Sunny Isles Ocean Rescue, really an incredible group of people, kind-hearted, compassionate, always willing to help. So we just wanted to bestow this honor upon you as well as community partner Pelican Award. So please come on up.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having us here. We just do what we do on a daily basis, and without this amazing organization, we would not be able to help all these beautiful animals.
So thank you. I'll say it 5 zillion more times. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for believing in us and supporting us. And here's Paul.
Congratulations, everybody. All right. I think we're up to our keynote speaker of the evening. Yes. We are happy and proud to have Jeff Corwin as our keynote speaker tonight. Jeff is a recipient of multiple Emmy Awards and top broadcast awards. Jeff has been telling stories of wildlife and nature to a global audience for nearly 3 decades. Do the math, that's a long time. Thank you. Right now, currently, he is the creator, executive producer, and presenter on ABC's #1 television program, Wildlife Nation. Season 2 is Wildlife Nation Expedition Florida. Yeah, that's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look.
I'm Jeff exploring the most amazing habitats and wildlife on the planet. Now, I'm on my most important adventure in the groundbreaking ABC series, Wildlife Nation, Expedition Florida.
We do this work because these alligators are such a keystone species in this environment. So, Jeff, we've collected all the data we need on this female, so we're now going to release her back behind me.
Nice and clean.
Nice and
Take
clean.
this off. There she goes! While this remarkable series celebrates Florida's wild wonders, we also explore Florida's urgent conservation challenges, from the impact of invasive species like the Burmese python.
All right, we have a really strong signal right here. There she is. We're going to get her to Dr. Christopher Smith, the veterinarian. We're going to replace her accelerometer and give her a brand new GPS unit.
Why is this long-term study so important, Brandon?
We can look at all the data that we've collected and get a better idea of how these snakes are using the environment.
All right, what's next?
Let's get her out of the bag.
All right, let's do it. To the gentle but imperiled Florida manatee.
We think this is a 2 to 3 year old animal that separated from mom, maybe having some intestinal parasites. It does have a healed watercraft wound on it.
She is very critical at this moment, but we're hopeful that, through our care, she can gain back her health and hopefully be released someday. That's our mission here, to rescue and rehabilitate.
She came in with a pretty severe skin infection, but she's doing great, and she's going to go back out and hopefully have a long life ahead of her.
All right, friends, there she goes. Right. My partner to tell these compelling stories are the Miccosukee tribe of Indians of Florida, who have called the Everglades home for centuries and have dedicated themselves to protecting this remarkable ecosystem for the next generation.
We're teaching our youth to be the next generation of caretakers, so we always have hope that we can heal this ecosystem that's hurting.
Being a part of this, and what's important to me is that these animals are keystones in my culture, and without this home, without this land, we lost our way of life.
The heart and soul of every episode are the wild wonders of the river of grass, inspiring our audience to ensure that North America's greatest and most important wetland thrives for generations to come.
This work is so important because at one time bears were very low number, and they're making it come back. Here it goes. Oh, look, how's he look?
Wildlife Nation, Expedition Florida is the first network television series produced in partnership with the Native American community, and the Miccosukee tribe plays a crucial role in every aspect of production.
In our culture, the owl represents our ancestors, the spirits. So I'm going to let you have the honor to releasing this particular bird, and I'm going to step back and watch.
Okay, thank you very much. From the sawgrass to the seagrass, from the panhandle to the Florida Keys, we're celebrating conservation heroes and the critical work they do every day to protect Florida's natural treasures.
To me, this is one of the most important things because this guy right here, they helped keep my ancestors alive. I mean, he carries my name as well, Osceola, so it's a nice reminder of all that history that we have on these lands.
And where does that name come from?
Well, that comes from my ancestor Osceola, who was one of the bravest fighters during the Seminole Wars. Now, he wasn't a major chief, but that man had spirit, just like this turkey.
And along the way, I've had the opportunity to check off some wild wishes from my bucket list. My friends, this is what Expedition Florida is all about. It is to tell the story of incredible creatures like this. It's this creature right here, the alligator snapping turtle, that really inspired my love for nature. I'm reading it with this microchip wand. Nothing. That means, Jerry, this is a new turtle to your study.
This is a brand new turtle. This will be the 146th turtle we've tagged in this river.
To me, Florida is the greatest wild place on earth. So, no matter who you are or where you're from, everyone is invited on this incredible journey of discovery in the Sunshine State.
We're going to do a full exam
Okay.
from bill to toe. So this is probably why our bird was limping.
Hey, buddy. This amazing bird is ready to go home. There he goes! I'm Jeff Portman. Join me for an adventure of a lifetime. This is Wildlife Nation, Expedition Florida.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jeff Corwin.
Thank you very much. I'm so delighted to be here with all of you tonight to celebrate this incredible organization and their remarkable contribution to protecting the resources that really, they don't belong to us. They belong to your children and to the generation that should follow. So that's a little teaser of this amazing journey we've been on called Wildlife Nation Expedition Florida. So we created this series with the idea of reminding Americans the incredible backyard that we all share together, North America with amazing resources, incredible species. And then I wanted to distill that journey down. And I decided that journey should be Florida. Why Florida versus anywhere else in the incredible wild tableau of North America? Well, I've been very blessed over almost 30 years, not over. 56 and holding, that's how I look at it. I started this job when I was about 28 years old, was my first TV series. And I was watching it the other day with my youngest daughter, Marina, and my wife said, "See, there's your dad when he was a brunette, and now your dad is a silver fox." And my daughter said, "No, he's a silverback." And my wife couldn't be here tonight because she's doing taxes back home in Massachusetts, which I'm so happy to not be at right now. And she reminded me out the door, she says, "Don't forget, don't miss your flight." She always has to make sure I get everything together. And she says, "Don't forget, you suffer from that disease that I learned about from my therapist." I'm like, "What disease?" She says, "Weaponized incompetence is something many of your spouses possess." But why Florida? Well, I've had the journey over 30 years to travel around and tell stories of incredible creatures with powerful stories to tell. And I have amazing memories of like putting a satellite collar on a hyena in Africa, or putting a little transmitter on a Rothschild kiwi in New Zealand, only 300 left. And then I was giving a speech. This was about a year before I had the genesis for this series. I was giving a speech in Chicago with some teachers, and this teacher, very well-meaning and very sincere, said, "We love your show. We use your episodes to teach about science in our classes." I was like, "Well, that's just awesome to hear. I just got this great teacher's award from the National Association of Biology Teachers." And she says, "But you know what? None of my kids are ever going to go to Tanzania and put a satellite collar on a hyena. They're never going to go to New Zealand and put a transmitter on a Rothschild kiwi." And then I looked and I said, "But they're probably going to go to Florida." Florida, for many people, it is their gateway experience to nature. And people of every economic strata will have a chance to witness and experience the marvels of wild Florida. That's the exciting opportunity. The challenge is, wild Florida is at the breaking point. And that really was the catalyst that sent us on this incredible journey. Our partners to tell this story are the Miccosukee tribe of Indians of Florida, and we have Secretary Osceola with us tonight. And we have Betty Osceola, my friend, who's an incredible, passionate naturalist of all things wild and cultural, connected to the Everglades. And we came together as partners to tell a story that incredibly has never been told before. Think about that. There's never been a series for a national broadcast mainstream audience that focused on Florida. And there's never been one that didn't involve housewives. And there's never been one that's focused with the partnership of a Native American community. So we ginned up this incredible journey, and it is the #1 rated series on any network in the EI block on Saturdays. We come after GMA. Every week, we take up to 1.6 million people on a journey through wild Florida. But why does it matter? Why should we care? Well, we're all in this room together because we have a passion for nature. We love these treasures. Your wonderful mayor told stories about her connection to the natural world of Florida. Florida is the only place in North America where we have coral reefs. Think about that. Coral reefs are the building blocks of our oceans. 60% of any creature in the ocean today has some connection to a coral reef. And Florida has the incredible, profound opportunity to be the only home in North America for coral reefs. And how have we celebrated that incredible privilege? Today, only 3% of our coral reefs survive in Florida. They no longer can produce on their own in the wild. If you were on an airboat with Betty in the Everglades today, and you went on this incredible journey, one of the things you would discover, despite seeing this incredible tableau of wildlife and nature, I think that's the third time I've heard tableau, so I wanted to integrate that. What you would discover, as we featured in our pilot episode, that 90% of all the mammals that live in the Everglades are gone. And the number one culprit, they've been consumed by pythons. That's every bobcat, that's every deer, that's every squirrel, every possum. So that is the impact that these invasive species have had in the Everglades. We face incredible challenges in protecting wild Florida. Look around the coastline of Florida. We have our incredible mangrove forests, our seagrass beds, our coral reefs. Collectively, they are like the immune system of Florida, like the immune system in a human body. They provide integrity and strength and robustness to this incredible, remarkable peninsula that is the gateway of nature for millions and millions of people every year. And when we discover that the immune system, where it's been compromised, we see a greater impact of hurricanes and other environmental challenges, to the point that it's no longer just an impact on nature and the resources that we cherish, it impacts us, the people that live in Florida. All the expenses to live here go up. Your insurance goes away. But we've learned that if we support and rebuild and increase that foundation, that building block of life, which we can do, we can rebuild coral reefs. We can restore our mangrove forests. We can heal the Everglades, the river of grass, basically the intravenous system for this entire incredible wild place. Not only by restoring this ecosystem does it protect the nature that we love, by restoring this ecosystem, in the end, it saves ourselves. It saves our pocketbook, our livelihood, and it allows our community to thrive. Communities thriving. What's important to that? Who are the players? Well, Pelican Harbor Seabird Station has been in your community for what now? Going on 40 years plus. Since 1980. Spandau Ballet, I remember. I had looked kind of like a mullet. Casual male was where I shopped. But way back then, since 1984, this incredible member of your community has been here saving your nature, saving your children's and grandchildren's nature. What has been that impact? Every year, 2,000 plus animals get a chance to survive. Every year, over 130 individual species get a chance to thrive. Why does that matter? Why should you care? Well, human beings, since around the turn of the industrial era, about 100 years ago, till now, and Florida in many ways crystallizes this, we have consumed 70% of our planet's nature. If you took a scale, imagine I had this scale right here, and you just took mammals. There's approximately 4,500 species of mammals, give or take. And you divided 3 of those species out, and you put every dolphin, 3 or 4 million bottlenose dolphins. You put every humpback whale, 150,000 humpback whales weighing in at 40 tons each. You took every sperm whale, every house mouse. You took every marsh sparrow, every scrub jay. You took all that matter. You took, 4,400, and what would be the number? And you put 3 species over here. You put human beings, you put swine, and you put cattle. Where would that scale tip in weight and biomass? It would tip towards those 3 species. With that 4,000 plus other over here, 90% of that weight would be here. It is the impact, the profound impact we have had collectively as a species. But we have learned that amongst us are heroes that mitigate that impact. Heroes like Pelican Harbor Seabird Station. 2,000 individual animals every year. Over 40 plus years, 40,000 plus individual animals are now thriving in wild Florida because of this incredible organization and also because of your partnership. Florida faces incredible challenges. Florida is incredibly important. Biologically, our natural heritage, there is no other place in North America more spectacular, more critical than wild Florida. And while we are at the breaking point, we have not broken. We can rebuild these reefs. We can restore habitat. We can save the Everglades. We can take moments of our negligence and poor decisions and find our own restoration and saving a species and getting it back into the environment. Because in the end, you're restoring resources. Resources that our nation depends upon. Lastly, we often talk about why we are so great as a country. Why is Florida so great? Well, it's beautiful. I often think of Florida as like this beautiful person you fall in love with. It's attractive, and this person is intriguing, and you have so much fun and excitement, especially in that first week or two, right? But then, as you get to know this person, you discover there's some complexity. There's some layers. There's some baggage. But you know what? You find a way through it, and you build it, and you survive. Florida, to me, is like this intriguing, sexy, beautiful individual. Incredibly exciting, and makes your life so much richer, but a hot mess. In the United States and in Florida, we often look at our Constitution. We look at our liberty. We look at our ability of our entrepreneurial spirit and our business sense, our sense of creativity, our pioneering spirit as what makes us so great. Those characteristics make us great as a country. But there are other countries that have similar characteristics. What makes us great are our resources, the natural heritage that we build our great country upon. And that's what makes Florida great. And now we have this chance to rise up to the mantle and save this incredible ecosystem. Why do we do it? We do it because it's an investment. Because the wild Florida that you enjoy today, it belongs to all of us. And despite all the And I have learned so much making this series that I did not even know about before I started Expedition Florida. But the biggest thing I learned was hope. That there are people like Pelican Station, Pelican Harbor, Seabird Station that are so focused on saving your natural heritage, they will stop at nothing to achieve that. I have found that story from the Panhandle to the Keys, from the sawgrass to the seagrass. That's what gives me hope. And why does it matter? Because the wild Florida that you have today, we like to think that we own things, which we do. You're 80 years, you're 90 years, whatever that's going to be, depending on what part of Florida you're at. Those resources you have, we covet, we share, we cherish. You actually didn't inherit them from your ancestor. You borrowed those resources from your children. And to ensure that your children can thrive and grow, you need to give them a healthy Florida. And it begins with incredible organizations like these amazing folks right here. We can fix this challenge. You could just fix it with Jupiter, all the resources in Jupiter. You could fix it. We have the talent, the skill. We know those resources are there. And if we commit them today, we make those hard decisions today, you will have manatees for many generations to come. You will have beautiful brown pelicans diving in to get a belly full of pilchards for generations to come. You will be able to connect with your tarpon and your snook, as I love to do, as I will be doing tomorrow morning. We'll be doing that for generations to come. There is so much excitement and joy and marvels of nature to celebrate ahead of wild Florida. But to ensure that it stays there, work with this incredible group and do your part as stewards, because you're doing it for your children. On that note, thank you very much.
Very slippery up here. So, thank you so much, Jeff Corwin. It is such an honor to have you here, and I will say you're a conservation crush to a lot of the staff at Pelican Harbor Seabird. And I also want to thank again Secretary Osceola and Betty Osceola for being here from the Miccosukee tribe. It's very touching that you're here. Thank you. So,
I got to still point of order.
Yes.
It's the chairman, one of the few privileges that I have.
Do it.
I got to steal the mic from Chloe. Betty, thank you so much for coming tonight. I didn't get to meet you before the event, but thank you for coming tonight. I think, especially in our new headquarters, the opportunity for partnership is tremendous. And one of the reasons Chloe showed you the pictures tonight that we're taking such care and precaution is because of the Tequesta artifacts that are, we know they're on the property. We dug some test pits, test holes a couple of years ago, so we know that they're there. So it's taking longer and it's more expensive, but at the end of the day, it's the right thing to do to make sure that we're not disturbing anything we shouldn't be, and that we're cataloging and logging those things, even though the other side of me from the construction of this thing, it's costly and it's time consuming. But so Chloe stepped in to her role as acting executive director in January of this year, really December kind of. And I just want to congratulate you on the spectacular job you've done. Just amazing. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. I was on the hiring committee when we were interviewing folks a couple of years ago, and Chloe was one of the persons that we interviewed for the assistant director job. And I put my finger on the scale. Chris saw the talent too. Chris knew that we had somebody really special, and we do. And on behalf of the board, we thank you so much for all that you do. You're giving everything. And really, The whole staff of Pelican Harbor, from Dr. Schneider, Yuritsa, Dr. Schneider did great highlighting what goes on in the clinic, which is so busy, so chaotic. I try to stay out of. The second you step in that clinic, you're like up against the wall because they're running back, and there's not enough space to do what we do. And you just have to go back in the corner, try not to disturb anything, and it's like a machine running in there. And the work that they do is spectacular, and they're the unsung heroes of Pelican Harbor. We go out and we do this stuff every day, but what they do is amazing. And this also leads me into what Chloe and I are scheduled to come up here for, and that's the ask. And on behalf of the board, I can tell you we're frugal. We do not waste your money. Certainly not as a board. The first dinner we ever had, official dinner, was just last year. We don't spend the money. The staff is overworked and underpaid, and that's the truth. But it's the world of nonprofits, So they do what they do because they have a passion. So as we make the ask tonight, it's going to a good cause. I think you know that from watching the stories tonight. Jeff, by the way, if you moved to Florida, your wife would only be doing half of the tax work that she's at home doing tonight. So come on, move on down. We don't have state income tax here, but it's great. So Chloe, I'm going to hand it back. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to tag team this a little bit. I need a season 2. We're ready. So before we ask for money with our hands out, I first wanted to just quickly talk about the heart and soul of Pelican Harbor Seabird Station. Really, as Robert said, the life force of this organization is in the day-to-day activity and the physical work that goes on. Dr. Schneider shared a few anecdotes, but again, those are only a handful out of over 2,000 every year. We also track a lot of data. I don't know if everybody knows that, but we track every animal that comes in on a national database, every phone call, every person that comes in. And we also do scientific research. I don't know if everyone had the chance to see the posters outside, and we've had staff go to national conferences on wildlife rehab. So that is really all of the beating heart of this organization. And what is remarkable is that all of that activity converts to what I call the soul of Pelican Harbor Seabird Station, and that is connecting people to wildlife. And I will try to advance this slide. So everything we do has a potential to be a connection point for someone, and we do these cruises with the county several times a month, and almost every one we have an animal for release. And when you engage people and you allow someone to open the carrier, every single time there is a moment of awe and of clapping, and it's amazing to see something as simple as a pelican flying away create such emotion. We also do a ton of school and tabling presentations. I'm excited to do more at the new location because we'll be able to do it on site. But I mean, there's nothing like allowing a child to feel a soft fur of a possum or the texture of a turtle's shell. And those little moments are very meaningful, and what they build up to are moments of transcendence. Right? These wild animals are a window into something greater than we can experience in our daily lives, and they induce humility and reverence and awe. So I always say we live in this very layered city, right? We have these transient populations of tourists and snowbirds and these new wealthy residents that are here but haven't quite adjusted to the heat and the traffic. And these locals who have lived here for generations, and they've really seen all the changes that have taken place. And all of this coexists in a world that is teeming with nature, and you see the birds fly over our waterways. I take a lot of early morning walks, and I hear the ibis wings at dawn and dusk, or an eastern screech owl if I listen really closely. And these personal connections to wildness we absorb through our senses. And they connect us to our own humanity and our compassion and are essential to us feeling really connected to this planet. So we have options in our lives. We can kind of go with a bland existence, or we can make choices to appreciate and invest in things that enhance our life, like art and music and design and nature. So we can focus on glass and concrete and steel, or those things kind of dull the senses, right? So we can also pause to appreciate the wildness around us, which serves our soul and our spirit. This is an amazing photo of Dr. Schneider doing a release recently at her children's school. So before I ask for monetary pledge, I first want to ask everyone to just pledge with me to bring one new person to Pelican Harbor Seabird Station this year that has never been there before, and show them why it means something to you and why our mission and vision resonate with you. And that is as impactful as the dollars that we hope to raise tonight for our operating account. So please raise your hand if you can at least make that pledge. Yay! Thank you. I will too. I will too. So I'll lighten the tone a little bit. Our staff members are wearing faux feather pink boas, like Stephanie and Julie and Sarah. So they are our pledge runners. So if you feel generous and you want to make a pledge as we go through this, please raise your hand high and they will come over to you. We've entered the technological age and we can do it on our phones, or we have pledge cards at every table. So we will give you some love and get your information. So we have a goal tonight of about $125,000, which I am thrilled to say we're about 75% there, thanks to sponsorships and the tickets. And above all, I want to acknowledge an amazing pledge of $30,000 to kick us off from the Three Opinions Foundation. Thank you. Would anyone perhaps like to match that pledge?
Right over there? No. I'm sorry, I didn't.
That's okay, but allow for some pregnant pauses here.
So we can go down the numbers. We're going to get to my number. It may take a little bit to get.
Okay.
And I realized tonight when I got out of the car to put the valet tag in there, I actually left my wallet at home.
Oh my God.
Yeah, amazing how that timing works. But I think you'll extend me some credit.
Yes.
I'm good for it. You know where to find me.
Absolutely.
So, David and Melissa, thank you for the $30,000 tonight.
Thank you.
It means a lot. And thank you to the Deeks for being patient with us
100%.
when 4 years ago when we said we're breaking ground real soon. And each year since then, I've had to somehow try to keep a straight face. And believe me, I've been as heartbroken about the delays as I'm sure you have. But we actually did it. Chloe did it.
Well,
she's got an NOC. I mean, it's slowly. I mean, we have archaeologists digging dirt. That's nothing I've ever encountered.
By hand.
By hand. So not the most, but we're actually doing it. So
We're doing it. We care.
We start the
care.
building.
So an annual veterinary diagnostics costs about $25,000. So that's another option to consider.
Do we have anybody want to do $25,000 tonight? We would be very grateful. Going once, going twice.
2 times.
Okay, all right.
We also have annual transportation costs of about $15,000, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but not only do we have a great ambulance by the Ron McGill Conservation Foundation that we receive from them, but we also use Ubers on a regular basis, and those add up to being about $15,000 a year. That is
An Uber. Do we have a $15,000? a $15,000 pledge from anyone? Going once, going once again, going twice. Chris, did I see? No, I'm just messing with. Going 3 times, but we're going to keep going. That's all right.
Yep. If we want to bring it down to 10, that is also what we usually spend a year in frozen fish.
And you can have some of it. For $10,000, you can come and have all the frozen fish that you want.
We'll even hand feed them to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Not a problem.
Smells good.
It's an add-on.
Anybody for 10? Is there a 10,000 in the audience that would like to make that pledge? You don't have to pay tonight. A pledge works.
Woo! Ding, 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 ding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No stand. Okay. For 10,000, we won't make you stand, but thank you so much.
Thank you, Peggy.
Okay.
All right. Woo! Marcus McCarthy, table number
10,000.
6.
Okay, you're on the board, the vice chair, so you do have to stand up just briefly.
Table
No
6,
speech back.
table
Thank you,
6.
Marcus.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you, Deeks family. Thank you. Thank you. All right, amazing. Thank you. What else? What other denominations? 5,000?
Yes, do we have a 5,000? Do we have a 5,000? Maybe 5 people for 5,000. That
Oh, there
gets
you
us
go.
back to the 20. Do we have anybody that would like?
Woo! Woo, woo, woo,
Okay. One of the lovely runners over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Pink Poet.
All right. Anybody else would like to go?
I just wanted to add, you don't have to pay it all at once. We do take monthly installments if that's
Yeah,
more
absolutely.
palatable.
Yeah,
Palatable,
absolutely.
yeah. Or if you've already given and you want to just think about a small increase, we're open to anything.
Absolutely.
Let's see, do we do 5? We did 5.
We did 5.
How
Let's do a
about,
25.
what's that?
Let's do a 2,500.
Go back, 25. Well, how about 3?
Let's do a 3. Okay.
So 3,000 is a day of operating costs. So think about that. Woo!
Okay.
Robert Glidewell.
Yeah, on credit.
I don't
On
have
credit.
my
No
phone.
credit card here tonight.
Make a note.
Would anybody else like?
Julie, make a note. Robert, 3,000.
Julio, Isaza, my
Julio,
friend,
another 3,000.
right
Hannah's.
there. Don't let him get away.
Thank you.
We
Oh,
got
another one.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Another one.
So we
Over by the silent auction.
found this. Thank you so much. We
Thanks,
found the
Stephanie.
sweet spot.
Yeah.
So we've got 3. Thank you, Julio. I know where to collect it.
Thank you, Robert.
Um,
Any other 3,000s?
Okay.
Going once, going twice. All right. So Dr. Schneider showed us some orthopedic patients, and $1,000 is about the average cost for orthopedic surgery. If anyone would like to contribute to those difficult cases,
Is it 1,000?
1,000.
1,000. Would anybody care? Okay.
Oh, woo! 2.
Got 2. 2 over here. I saw 2 here.
Yeah. Pledge runner, pledge runner.
Excellent. Right over there, we have another.
Oh, another 1,000.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Did
Woo! Another over here.
Thank you.
Sarah's got it.
Thank you, Jackie. Okay. All right.
Thanks, everyone. All right.
That's awesome.
I'll do one more, a 500. Average cost of care per patient, $500.
500.
Going once. $500.
Oh,
Yay!
we have a
Thank
500
you.
right there. Thank you. We have another over there.
Another one.
Another one there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, thank you. I think we have.
I think
we have
we
a
have-
lot.
yeah.
We want to make sure we track everyone down.
Thank you, thank you.
Another one here.
And another one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going too fast. I'll let everyone catch up here. So this is all in good fun, but truly, you're.
We've got
Oh,
another one
sorry, I'm
over there.
speaking too soon. Christopher Boykin is raising his hand. Doug Tempero is raising his hand.
Okay.
Woo! Thank you.
Excellent work.
Amazing. I know we're all joking around, but seriously, you're being part of something that is meaningful and profound, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And without final ado, Paul is coming back up to do a live auction of our Amazon cruise.
Thank you.
I found this pelican on my neighbor's lawn. I tried to feed it, so if anybody knows how to take care of it, let me know. I have to what? Breastfeed him? I do. Yeah, he's got to go back to work at Mango's tonight, so that's where I'll breastfeed him, at Mango's. Meet me by the bar. I have a wet nurse thing. All right, you guys, here we are. we're at the end of the evening. I am doing the live auction. I want to make sure I say this correctly. It is a 4-day, 3-night luxury cruise on the Amazon. Yeah, ooh. It's aboard the riverboat Aria. You leave from, I want to say this correctly, Iquitos, Peru. Did you well? Thank you. It's also the name of the flamingo, Iquitos. We're gonna start, it is valued at $6,900. It is all inclusive. We're gonna start at $3,500. Do we have a bid of $3,500 for this incredible luxury trip on the Amazon for 2 people, a private cabin? The minute you get on the boat, everything's covered. You can have alcohol, you'll pay for it in another way later. Say that, go ahead. Oh, do we have a video? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a video. I don't think I'm in it. Come on, Iquitos. Come on. And I'm pretty sure during the entire trip, you wear headphones that plays that music. So whatever you're doing, it's like ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. So that's a plus right there. And I think if you eat that entire snake, you get a t-shirt that says I ate the whole thing. Ladies and gentlemen, my twin brother, Christopher.
All right, thank you, sweetie. Can I say one thing?
Yes, say one thing.
So I have to say, we did this trip 2 years ago with David, Melissa, and Stratton, my husband. Amazing. So you're in Lima, you fly over the Andes, down over the Amazon, and literally just amazing forests, flatlands, and then you land in Iquitos, the most remote city in the world, inaccessible by road. You can only get there by plane or by boat. But it's really, really cool. Piranhas, anacondas. Anaconda tried to get us, but we made it. Very, very cool. 5-star experience. Just really, really a lovely, amazing trip. Take some time in Lima. Go to the Sacred Valley. You got to go. You got to do it. It's really, really good. Who's our donor back here? Thank you so much for donating this. It was really Jeremy. We love you, Jeremy. Yeah, this is our second year of doing this, Jeremy. Thank you so much for Rainforest Cruises. But listen, Peruvian Amazon, hello. Who wants it? It's really nice.
Do we have 3,500? There's a testimonial from a native. 3,500? Over there in the sparkly outfit, 3,500. Anybody else? Anybody else gonna come? What? So we're gonna go up to 4? 4,000? Okay. 4,000. Are we at 4,500? It's for the pelicans, people. And for the hedgehogs, like the one I brought. In fact, if you win, yeah, who over here? 45. 45. Are we at 5? 5,000? It's a $6,900 gift for 5,000. And you get to go on a boat. And you get to go to Peru. And you get to see animals. It's a one-on-one person thing. I guess that means they help you with everything. Dressing, eating. There's air conditioning in the Amazon. It's 5-star. You know you can't get higher than 5-star. That's what I've been told. 5,000. So are we stopping at 4,500? No 5,000? No 5,000 for a $6,900? What? 5,000 right there! 5,500? 5,500? It's only 500 more. It's like going to McDonald's 500 times. It's easy. 5,500? What? Where? 5,500. That sounds great. 6,000? Are we doing, it's for the animals? 6? Or we have 5,005? Who said that? Jeremy's like, let's go to 6. I'm trying to see if I have anything. Oh, you guess what? At 5,500, I don't know if this happens, but at 6,000, you'll see a pink dolphin. At 5,500, they put something over your eyes when the pink dolphin goes by. But at 6,000, pink and gray dolphins will be out there. And I believe it's a 1-to-1 pink and gray dolphin per person on the boat. So 6,000 to see a pink dolphin in the Amazon. The pink dolphin will beat up a python for 6,000. Yee? Oh, the hedgehog. We have the hedgehog. Oh. Oh, I don't know if everybody could see this. The anaconda almost ate his wife. So for $6,000, you could finally get rid of some extra baggage in your life. And you could blame the anaconda. You're still here. I got to talk to you about longevity. You're doing it right. Oh yeah, you'll get the squid, the hedgehog, and the stunned pink flamingo for $6,000, and we'll throw in the Amazon trip. So for $6,000, these 3 items plus the trip. Do we got it? Do we got it? I think we're going 5,005. 5,005 going. Oh, wait, is that 6? We got a 6,000. I think that's good, right? Anybody? $6,001. Like The Price is Right. I hate that person, right? 6,001, bam. All right. I think we're going to do 6,000, right? Everybody, oh, wait, we got another offer. 6,500? 6,500. 6,500. Jeremy, you better start calling those pink dolphins. They better show up. 6,500. Is that it? It's mostly over here. I'm going to ignore you people. It's mostly happening over here. All right, 6,005. Good? Are we good with that? 6,005 going once. 6,005 going twice. $7,000! Jeremy, seriously, you got to find those pink dolphins. $7,000, ladies and gentlemen. $7,000 going once. Oh, here's Christopher. He always makes everything crazy. Oh, okay, say this again. They're going to now include the domestic flight from Lima to Iquitos. I want a taquito is what I want. I didn't really eat. I was trying. Okay, so domestic flights from Lima to Iquitos will now be included. All right, here's what you're getting at 7,000 so far. Domestic flight from Lima to Iquitos. You get a pink dolphin in your room to play with in the tub. You get the boat cruise, all inclusive, and you get a hedgehog, a flamingo, and a squid. All of this is going right now for $7,000. Going once, going twice, sold for $7,000. The young man right over there at table number 8, I believe. That's fantastic. Well, that's all we got tonight, you guys. Thanks so much. It's been great. Don't forget, bring a friend to the Seabird station. You all promised. Hopefully I'll see you again next year. Have a great night. Thank you for everything. Silent auction. Is the silent auction still alive? Silent auction is over. Congratulations to everybody there. Bye, you guys. Thank you so much.